Hi, my name's Robert, and I want to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about alcohol use, really more specifically alcohol abuse. And I like to start off by saying, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I know that for a fact. We all got crutches, vices, we make mistakes, poor decisions, take chances, live in risk, whatever you want to call it. This is not a time for me to beat you up about your alcohol use or abuse. I am here to try to help you, save you from something that you may not yet even realize that's going on. If you're an alcohol user, I'll just go ahead and say it, alcoholic, and you haven't admitted that you're an alcoholic, it's probably because you never sought help for your alcoholism. If there's 1 million alcohol abusers in this world, I would guess out of 1 million, there's probably 50,000 that's getting help for their problem. The rest of them are going on with life thinking everything's fine and they have everything under control. More than likely, you're a closet alcoholic. My wife was. She will tell you in a minute that she's a social drinker. Meanwhile, you can dig in a trash can every week and pull out a jug or two of vodka. You know, that's 1.75 liters or a half gallon. I don't know. It's a lot. If you've graduated to drinking vodka, gin, rum, whatever it is, more than once or twice a week, let me tell you something, friend. You're an alcoholic. If you've had an alcoholic beverage before noon in the past 2 weeks, you're an alcoholic. If you're having alcohol more than 2 or 3 separate days in a week, you're an alcoholic. Get a grip. Wake up. Embrace the truth. You're an alcoholic. And the thing I'm saying is, you need help. Because there has been an assignment put on every alcoholic's life. And it's a hit. Let's just say that Bin Laden had a disciple. Let's call him Jim Laden. And one thing that Jim Laden loved to do was to kill people. And let's say that Jim Laden was given a ticket to America and was guaranteed by everybody, the government, the doctors, the scientists, whoever you want to give him the guarantee through. He was guaranteed that he would not be stopped, not be caught. And mainly for one reason. Jim Laden is a trained ninja killer. He's an assassin trained by the best of the best. He knows how to get into the private places of people's lives. He knows how to sneak in your home, in your bedroom, in your closet, in your bathroom. He knows how to get to where you don't expect him and take your life away like it ain't nobody's business. Take your life away like he doesn't have to pay for it. And he doesn't. Let me give you the real name to Jim Laden, who's currently killing, destroying the lives of about 37,000 people a year in the United States. Here you have it, Jim Laden. The doctors call him Wernicke's encephalopathy. If you've heard this term, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt it was only accompanied by tragedy. For some reason, while this ninja assassin was killing or destroying your loved one, you happened to walk in the room just by chance. And he basically vanished out of thin air, leaving you with your loved one seeming weak, debilitated, in a state that you said, man, I got to get you to a hospital. And when you took that loved one to the hospital, there wasn't much help there for him. Now, alcoholics may not know it, but every time you drink hard alcohol, you're taking the most resilient organ in your body, you're laying on the table, and you're beating it with a sledgehammer. Wham, 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 wham. Sooner or later, this thing's going to give, man. And what happens when it does, it stops processing a vital vitamin that your brain needs to keep itself intact. It's called vitamin B1. The proper name for it is thiamine. Once your brain doesn't get the thiamine that it needs, it actually starts melting away. When your brain starts melting away, it can never gain that back. The most common thing that melts away is your ability to learn, your short-term memory. When you get this illness and sickness and you can't learn things no more, you can't remember things for an hour, for 2 hours, for 2 minutes, you become incapable of caring for yourself. When you don't know when the last time you ate or what you ate, man, you're in bad shape. When you can't remember the last time you seen your spouse or your child, because you can't retain information for 30 minutes or 3 hours, you're in bad shape. You may have seen the movie 50 First Dates where Adam Sandler was trying to date Drew Barrymore and she had about an 8-hour memory. Every time she went to bed and woke up the next day, she didn't remember nothing from the day previous. But she did have long-term memory. Well, guess what, folks? I'm living that life. My wife has an average memory span of 45 minutes. Every 45 minutes, she has absolutely no idea what happened an hour ago. Michael Jackson was dying in my house every day. Every time they put a news flash on the TV, she'd come running in the room. Did you know Michael Jackson died? Yes, dear, I know. You need anything? Well, no. What we had for breakfast? Well, we had pancakes. Or did we have lunch yet? No, we haven't had lunch yet. Let me go get you something to eat. When you can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago, you can no longer cook. My wife has started a couple fires and didn't know how they got started because she forgot so quickly. And it's an alcohol-induced sickness that puts this assassination assignment on your life. Wernicke's encephalopathy. It was diagnosed in 1883. Been around for over 100 years, and nobody knows what it is. Nobody's heard of it. Nobody's talking about it. It's just like an assassin that's been given free reign in good old America. It can kill as many people as it wants. And you know, I seen something on TV the other day where they are working on signing a bill into law that will enable another 10,000 people a year to be destroyed by this sickness. They don't even know it. May not care. Yeah, I don't think they're killing 37,000 people on purpose. But let's get real. Somebody's got to get a grip. If bin Laden was loose in this country, killing 37,000 people, killing 5,000, 6,000 people a month, let's just say 4,000 people a month. Heck, let's notch it back. The true number is about 2,500 people a month. 3,000 people a month is more accurate. If Jim Lawton was loose to kill 3,000 people a month, do you think we'd have public schools still open? Do you think people would be going to the grocery store before Jim Lawton was caught? Do you think that New York City would have a manhole cover that wasn't unturned looking for Jim Lawton? But nobody's looking for Wernicke's encephalopathy. You know, you can't do a case study. You can't run an ad in the paper and say, hey, everybody out there, we want to do a case study. We want 100 people to come into our doctor's office, and we're going to inject you with AIDS and see how long you live and see if we can come up with a cure for it. How many of y'all want to sign up? How many people you think will sign up if they ran an ad in the newspaper and said, hey, we got this illness called Wernicke's encephalopathy. It's been around for over 100 years. We like to try to find out some information on it. It affects your brain and your ability to learn and the ability to remember stuff longer than 15 minutes. Can y'all come down and let us pay you some money and so we can mess up your brain and see how long you last? But every time you decide not to get help for your alcoholism, you're signing up for it, whether you know it or not. The difference is nobody's helping the case study. When my wife came down with Wernicke's encephalopathy, I was fortunate enough to get her to the doctors and to the hospital. They stopped the illness. Her liver is all better. Her physical abilities are intact. She's as smart as she ever was, and she can't remember what happened an hour ago. She can't take care of herself. She don't know when the last time she bathed. She don't know when the last time she seen my daughter. You know, pretty soon my daughter's going to get married and have children. And every day, my wife is not going to know that my daughter's married and has children. How would you like to have a daughter living 2 miles away that comes visit you, and every time she walks in the door with children, you don't know those are your grandkids? You don't know what you ate for breakfast. You don't know if you even have a job anymore. If you can drive again. If you still have a license. What are you going to eat an hour from now? Totally dependent on somebody. What would you say if I gave you a jug of alcohol right now and promised you that you would be so drunk for the rest of your life that you wouldn't even remember when the last time you bathed? You wouldn't remember your daughter's husband's name. You wouldn't remember where she even is. You wouldn't remember what you ate for breakfast. Would you want to sit? Man, I'll give it to you. But every time you go and drink more alcohol and don't get help, you're signing up and leaving Wernicke's assignment to kill you intact. So I want to encourage you, get some help for your alcoholism. Tell others to watch this video. This is real stuff, and very few people make it to the hospital. It kills, I would say, 90% of the people that it attacks. So wake up, get you some help, and encourage others to do the same.